Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello friends, welcome to Entry. I am Mirza Ihtisham, your quant educator, and today I am going to discuss a very interesting topic from your quant section. And the name of this topic is mixture and alligation. Basically, it's not a topic. All right, it's not a topic. It's just a concept. Remember that it's not a chapter because it doesn't have its own questions. So you have to understand that it's just a concept, and the name of this concept is alligation, and we use it when we see the mixing of two or more than two things. All right, so there has to be three cases. One, mixing sense has to be available. All right. Second, relative quantity has to be mixed. And the third one is that relative quantity is known as its ratio. All right, I hope you have known about this concept. Let's go ahead and solve some questions and see what an interesting questions belongs to this chapter, because every time a bank exam happened, this chapter, or you can say this concept, prevails highly. All right, in fact this concept will be very efficient to solve some of the DI questions. Let's go ahead. Let's look at the first question. Look at this. I will start with slowly and move towards some really good questions. Look at this. A mixture contains a milk and water in the ratio 5:2. Basically, there is a jar in which a mixture contains milk and water in the ratio 5:2. All right. On adding 63 liter of water. So basically, we are just adding 63 liter of water. The ratio of milk and water becomes 2:4. Basically this ratio will reversed. All right, now what you can do is find the difference between milk and water in the final ratio. Now as you know that we have added only water, that means if we want to compare these two ratios, we have to make that quantity similar which is not changed, and the quantity is milk. So look at this. The milk ratio has changed from 5 to 2. It hasn't, it should not be changed. So what you can do is we will equate them by multiplying with 2 in the above ratio and 5 in the below ratio. Then the milk ratio has become equal. Now you can clearly see the change between the ratio of water. Look at this, from 4 to 25, because we have added 63 liters of water. Now what is the ratio change? 21 unit. So basically 21 unit stands for 63 liter, so 1 unit stands for 3 liter. Now they're asking about find the difference between milk and water in final mixture. So here is the final mixture, and the difference between the final mixture is 15. So 15 stands for 45 liter. Look at this question. The question was very easy, and you have to understand you can solve it by the method of ratio as well. It would become an easy one. Now, so I have solved this question from a ratio method. Let's go ahead and solve this question from alligation method. How can you solve this? So first you need to find the mixture. All right, we have added 63 liter of pure water. All right, then the ratio has become 2:5. Now if we are adding water, that means we are adding 100% quantity of water. So now we will take water, water and water. We have to take the similar quantity as well. Now here water is 2/7. Here water will become 1 because 100%, and here water has become 5/7. Now what you can do is you will multiply with 7 in each ratio, and you will get 2, 7 and 5. If you apply an alligation method, you will get 2:3. As you know that this 3 ratio belongs to 63 liter, that means 1 ratio belongs to 21. Now now the final quantity would become what? 5. All right, as you can see that the final quantity would become what? You are adding 2 quantity with 7 quantity. All right, and you will become 5 quantity. So 5 quantity stands for what? This. Then you will find the difference between them, which would be equivalent to 45 liter. So I hope you have understood this concept, because the concept was very efficient. All right, okay. Let's go ahead let's go ahead and find the difference. All right, look at this. You can find the difference with 5 is equals to 105. Now what you can do is, as you know that 1 ratio stands for this, then you will know that this 105 would be equivalent to 7 ratio, because the final resultant ratio will also become 2:5, and the difference would be 3. So how can you do that? 15 threes are 45. So in both the cases, the answer will come as similar. Let's go ahead. Look at this. It is also an important question. Fresh fruit contains 68% water, while dry fruit contains 20% water. Then find in how many kg of fruit can be contained from 75 kg of fresh fruit. So if basically you have to find out the dry fruits quantity from a fresh fruit quantity, and the quantity of fresh fruit has been given as 75 kg. So how can we do the mixing? As you know, have you seen the vegetable guy? You will see that that guy will kept pouring water on the vegetables to keep them fresh. So we will do the same. We will put a dry fruit and put some water. All right, some water, we don't know about how much water, and it will become fresh fruit. Now what you can do, as you know that in dry fruit there were only 20% water, but in fresh fruit it will become 68%. By how much water you have added? So you will see that you have added pure water and it will become 100%. Now 32:48. So the final ratio would become 2:3. As you know that after adding water, your fruit will become fresh. That means dry fruits quantity was 2, but you have added water with 3 quantity, which would make the fresh fruit quantity 5. And as you know that 5 quantity stands for 75, that means 1 quantity stands for 15 kg. So from 5 kg from 5 unit there will be only 2 unit which is dry fruit, and that is 30 kg. Hence your answer is B. All right, let's go ahead. Look at this question. This from here the question will start using some very good method. Look at this. The cost price of goods with bankrupt is 25,500. If the goods had realized in their full value, his creditors would have received 85 paise per rupee. All right, but 40% of the goods, 2 by 5 is also known as 40%. 40% of the goods were sold at 17% and remaining at 22% below their CP. That means they are selling their goods in losses. Now, so you can clearly see that 40% sells at 17% below, while 60% sells at 22% below. That means the ratio would become 2:3. When you solve this allegation method, you will get the overall percentage below of CP would be 20%. All right, so you have got the average value of below their cost price selling price. Okay, now as you know that you were already getting 85. Initially you were getting 85 paisa per rupee, but now once you have realized that you are getting loss, so you will be left with only 80% of that 85. Now you will get, now from here you will get 68 paisa per rupee. All right, so there will be a loss. Clearly there will be a loss. Next question. Look at this next question. A shopkeeper sells 3 items PQR and incurs a loss of 21%, 11%, 10% respectively. The overall loss percentage on selling P and Q is 14 whole 1 by 3, while Q and R is 10 whole 1 by 10.4%. Find the overall loss percentage on selling the 3 items. Before getting overall loss percentage, we have to find the ratio of their cost price. So we have got 3 items P and Q and R. P were selling with 21% loss, Q 11% and R were 10%. But we have also got both the condition for P and Q, which is 14 whole 1 by 3%. Now what you can do is you will use alligation method, and you will know that it will come 3 whole 1 by 3 and 6 whole 2 by 3. And here, as we know that the combined loss for QR would be 10.4, then its ratio would become zero point 0.4 and 0.6. Now when you solve this, you will get to know the ratio of PQR, which would come as 1:2:3. Now what is this ratio 1:2:3? As I have told you that the denominator part of the relative quantity is the ratio. Now here we are getting losses, and loss, either we're talking about loss or we're talking about profit, both of them will be compared on its cost price. That means this ratio will be nothing but a ratio of cost price. So let's take the ratio would become 100, 200 and 300. Let's suppose, all right, as you know that if the cost price of P was 100 and you are getting 21% loss, that means you are getting 21 rupee loss, while from 200 you will be getting 22 rupees loss, from 300 you will be getting 30 rupees loss, and the total cost price would be 600. Now you can solve this 43, and that means it will come as 73 divided by 6. Hence your answer would be like 12.16. Alright, so it was a very good question. You need to solve these kind of questions to get the groove. Alright, let's go ahead. Look at this question. It's looking like a scary, but it isn't. If you look at the concept clearly, you will understand that the question belongs to here is a conceptual question. Look at this. These are there are two mixture of chemical acid, sulfuric and nitric. Alright, so there is a sulfuric acid mixture, while the second one is a nitric mixture, in which the concentration of sulfuric acid is 50%. Here the sulfuric acid concentration is 50, while in the second one it is 80%. If both the solution are mixed together in a certain ratio, so we need to find that certain ratio because we haven't given that, to get solution which contains 62%. Now what you can do is you are mixing two jars and you're getting 62% as the combined sulfuric acid mixture. Now you will be getting 18% and 12%. The ratio would become 3:2. Basically we have mixed the two mixtures in the ratio of 3:2. Now as we know that again 6 liter of nitric acid is mixed in a resulting solution. So here is the resulting solution where we have got 62% of sulfuric acid, and we are mixing pure nitric acid. That means sulfuric acid would remain 0% for the adding purpose. Alright, and the concentration for sulfuric acid will come down to 50%. Now we will use this with another alligation method and we'll get we will get 50:12. That means 25:6. So we have got 25:6. As we know that we have added only 6 liter. So all the 6 liter belongs to the nitric acid. That means 6 ratio stands for 6 liter, 1 ratio stands for 1 liter. So 25 ratio stands for 25 liter. Alright, so we have got 25 liter. And as you know that this 25 liter is nothing but equals to, look at this. How can we solve this? 6 liter and alright. Okay, so 1 ratio stands for 1 liter. Alright, and 25 ratio stands for 25 liter. And as you know that they are asking about find how much amount is 80% solution has been used in this entire process. Now what you can do is you will know that the whole 25 liter belongs to the mixture of first sulfuric acid jar while the second nitric acid jar, and the ratio for sulfuric and in which ratio they have been added, or you can say mixed, 3:2. So this 25 liter belongs to 3:2. Now as you can see that 5 ratio stands for 25 unit, 1 ratio stands for 5. So how much liters of 80% solution has been used in this entire process? What you can do is you will get 2 unit. 2 unit means 10 liters. So your answer clearly says that none of these will follow. As you saw that we have used 2 times this alligation method. So there is some kind of questions you will see that you will have to use twice. You will have to use twice the alligation method. So anytime you can use this method, but you have to be specific that what stands for this ratio, what stands for this quantity. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead. This is your homework question. I hope you will do that so we can find the correct answer. You can post this homework questions answer in the comment of this video. All right. Now, if you want to attempt free daily live IBPS RRB rank booster quiz, you can give it at daily at 10 a.m. All right, and you will be getting 15 questions daily for 15 minutes. And the interesting part is link of this rank booster quiz will be given in the description of this video. So you can go over there and have a look at that. So if you like this session, share it, comment it, and subscribe our YouTube channel. So till then, thank you. When we meet in the next class, we will solve some more problems.